Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So yes, we have more stuff going on when it comes to ICE and immigration. So I want to kind of hit you guys up with this story that's going on, that's making its rounds. This is from Fox. Live updates: gunfire rings out at the end of Bay immigration protests. So let's go ahead and jump right into the article. This is in Alameda, California. A team of federal agents from multiple agencies began arriving Thursday at Coast Guard Island in Alameda as part of President Donald Trump's continued crackdown on immigration across the United States. Protesters gathered outside the base holding signs and chanting for agents to leave. Hours later, San Francisco Mayor Daniel Lurie and Trump later announced that the planned federal immigration surge had been called off for San Francisco. Before the cancellation, a federal source who requested anonymity confirmed that roughly 100 U.S. Customs and Border Protection agents had been sent to the region to conduct the operation targeting pre-identified targets. Those locations might have included Home Depots around the Bay Area, as they are often undocumented immigrants there. Border Patrol is the law enforcement arm of CBP. Those plans were scrapped once the surge was paused. Trump and his administration have repeatedly threatened to send federal agents and National Guard troops into San Francisco and other cities, as the federal government has done in Los Angeles, Chicago, and Portland. Quote, "We are going to go to San Francisco. The difference is I think they want us in San Francisco," end quote. Trump told Fox News on Sunday, quote, "San Francisco was truly one of the great cities of the world, and then 15 years ago it went wrong and it went woke," end quote. On October 24, 2025, 6 p.m., California Highway Patrol officers arrived at the base, formed a barrier in the road, and directed a crowd of demonstrators out of the area. At 5:40, so this is going the other way. Okay, let's scroll. Okay, well, I guess we're just going to read it that way. At 5:40 p.m., non-lethal force was used to deter a vehicle approaching the base, Alameda Gate. The vehicle departed the area without further incident, the U.S. Coast Guard said in a statement. At 5:03 p.m., witnesses told KTVU the rubber bullets were fired at a car that tried to pass a barricade outside the Coast Guard Island. At 12:33 p.m., Oakland Mayor Barbara Lee confirmed Friday what KTVU previously reported, that the operation was canceled of the entire Bay Area. Quote, "I spoke with Alameda County Sheriff Yesenia Sanchez, who confirmed through her communication with ICE that the Border Patrol operations are canceled for the Great Bay Area, which includes Oakland at this time," end quote. On October 23rd, 2025, 10 p.m., Coast Guard police fired at a U-Haul driver who was seen reversing in their direction about 10 p.m. Thursday night. 2 people were struck by gunfire, the driver of the U-Haul and a bystander, according to a police source and a witness. The extent of their injuries was not made public. Video shows the driver of the U-Haul truck accelerating backwards towards a line of armed law enforcement personnel. About a dozen people were in the frame of the video at the time. KTVU cameras caught what appeared to be several shots fired by law enforcement towards the U-Haul during the clash. The FBI is investigating. The majority of the protesters had gone home, as early in the day Trump had called off the immigration surge. At 5:20 p.m., a separate group of protesters marched from Oakland, Fruitville district to join about 100 to 150 demonstrators already gathered in the entrance of the Coast Guard Island. 4:03 p.m., KTV learned from the sources that the Oakland Police and Alameda County Sheriff's duties were asked to clear the intersection outside the Coast Guard Island, but those agencies declined to intervene. That's why California Highway Patrol was called in. So you see all this. Again, you can find this on Fox, KTVU. The article, again, is live updates: gunfire rings out at the end of the Bay Area immigration protest. So it just keeps going on explaining the situation. So let's go ahead and jump into the video. This is from KPIX CBS News. Bay Area police shoot at truck at Coast Guard base Alameda during a protest against immigration enforcement.
But we start right now with breaking news in Alameda, just outside the U.S. Coast Guard base, where Alameda police are cordoning off a crime scene after it seemed like shots were fired at a van. Here's video from those tense moments. Our reporter, Andrea Nakano, is there right now. Andrea, I know we had a crew here earlier who captured that and saw that go down. Even seeing the video, it's still a little confusing. Can you walk us through what happened?
It is a little bit confusing, and even officers out here are gathering the details right now. But I want to bring in our chief photographer who captured that footage that you just saw, Rick Villaroma. Thanks for joining us in this. So tell me, start from the beginning. How did this all happen?
Well, I was sitting in my news vehicle monitoring the crowd here, and this U-Haul that had been here all day just kind of backed in. Seemed like he was just getting a little more courageous, and bystanders were saying, don't do it, it's not worth it. And then he the Coast Guard, and then he just went for it, and just chaos after that. So
He kind of started pulling back, and that's when the gunshots happened.
No, he pulled this way, away from the guard for a brief moment, then he just hit the gas and sped towards them, and that's when they opened fire, about 20-30 rounds.
Where were you
I was right where this squad car is here, in the intersection behind this garbage can.
So close, very close.
Very close, very close. At some point was a little concerning, but yeah.
So as this unfolded, what happened next?
Well, my understanding is, and it's not been confirmed, is that a bystander was hit, and there were just screeching cars. The crowd dispersed quickly. Then the driver of the U-Haul came back, parked it down this street here, and walked out and left. So I didn't see him leave, but he's clearly not there anymore, and his vehicle is. That U-Haul was here all day today. And if it's the guy that I think it is that was driving that, he's responsible for some other violent acts today.
We are hoping to get an update from the Oakland Police Department shortly. So a lot of this has not been confirmed. We want to let our viewers know that. But this person apparently was out here all day and has caused trouble. Do you have any idea maybe the condition of this person?
No. He sat in his vehicle here for maybe 5 or 10 seconds before he sped off. I could see from the cab of the truck that the bullet holes had come through in between the seats. I didn't see any blood, so I don't know if he was struck or not.
And you interviewed an eyewitness who talked about the bystander and said that the eyewitness had treated that person.
Yeah.
So you believe there will be a second person?
Yes, I do. I mean, he claimed he was an EMT. He treated someone, they put him in a vehicle, and they sped off.
My last question for you. How are you feeling right now after all of this?
I'm a little unnerved.
So you guys see that? It looks like there was a bullet hole that hit the actual driver. Even though there's no blood splatter, I don't know if it just didn't penetrate, but look at the seat. And it's like the headrest is up here, so it looks like it could have hit like maybe like right here or barely like passed through. You know, depending on how he sits, you know, like some of us people, Hispanics are known for this, we kind of lean back when we drive, you know. So this guy, you know, it looked like he was upright and it could have just zipped by him right there. You can also see like, it looks like another one in between the seats. There was like another shot that was there, but you know, that's crazy.
25 years working at KPIX, and this is the closest to that kind of gunfire erupting literally down the street from me in the line of fire where I was. So I'm a little unnerved, but you know.
And you could see in the video at one point where he sort of ducked
Yeah,
down.
but that's because I realized I was totally exposed out in the open and I didn't want to get shot. So
you're a chief photographer. You've been with the station for, I don't know, countless years. You've been to Iraq, and this is the first time you've really come in such close contact with gunfire.
Yeah, I mean, Iraq was dangerous, and I've heard my share of gunfire, but never in direct path of it. So, yeah.
So we've had a lot of peaceful protests today regarding Mr. Trump's deployment of federal resources, and this was mostly the most active scene we've had all day. San Francisco was very, very peaceful. But as you just heard Rick Villaroman explain, this is what has happened here. Oakland Police Department is set to give an update to the media in just a few minutes now. They've said that they are going to be doing it here shortly. So hopefully we'll get more information and we'll be able to relay some of the latest information to you shortly, Sarah.
Right, Andrea, and we're going to try to bring that information to you as we get it. Important to note, from your live shot, it looks like protesters have cleared out and have been cleared out for quite a while there.
So you guys seen that, you heard that. So let me know your thoughts in the comment. Like, I'm telling you guys, man, in regards to the thoughts in the comment, it's more so what your thoughts are in regards to the escalation that's happening. But man, I swear, I'm telling you guys, like every single day, every time I go and research this, like I look at news articles, I look at X, I look at, different social media sites, I look at, different like channels like YouTube, Rumble, I look at different news outlets, whether it's here in America or in, around the globe. And the escalation of this is just insane. I'm gonna say I'm kind of religious. I'm a spiritual person. I believe there's a higher power. I believe in God, and it's just crazy because I don't think I ever thought I would see this much craziness in a lifetime. I have my share of family members that are like godly people, and they're always constantly telling me how they're praying for me and God's coming, and they talk about revelations and stuff like that. But I mean, this is just getting insane to see this. And you gotta wonder, like back in the day when Civil War happened, I bet you some of the the normies that witnessed this were just as shocked as we are, where you had some areas that didn't see Civil War because they didn't know what was going on, because it wasn't happening by them. So to them, they were just like, oh, this is all word of mouth. But being here in 2025, you're getting all this news feed instantly. So you're seeing this chaos just get insane right before your eyes. And it can make a person a little cynical. So I don't know. I just think it's getting crazy, and it's just crazy escalating. And I'm really hoping it doesn't get to the point where it's all out war in America, because that's just going to be insane to have brothers against brothers and sisters against sisters, and moms against their kids and dads against their family. Like we got a glimpse of that during when Biden was in office during COVID, when Trump first ran. We had that. And it's crazy because it's just not stopping. You have people that are severely TDS and just mouthpieces for the left, and they don't do their due diligence, and it's just getting really, really insane out there. But let me know your thoughts in the comment below. I want to thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Till next time, guys.